Welcome back, everyone. Let's go ahead and do a speed comparison on our iPhone 7 and iPhone 6s on iOS 4.15, actually. So the iPhone 7 is on the left, the iPhone 6s is on the right. I just kind of wanted to see which one's faster. So let's get into it. Let's do phone calls 3, 2, 1. And about the same thing, not that big of a difference. Music 3, 2, 1. And I definitely do think the iPhone 7 is faster. This one's stuck on a loading panel. Let's go and hop out of this one. Let's do their app stores. 3, 2, 1. And you can see the iPhone 7 definitely faster. Very interesting. Didn't think it would be this big of a difference. And you can see it kind of glitched up a little bit on the iPhone 6s scrolling through, though. You can see roughly around the same thing. There really isn't that big of a difference between them, which is always a good thing to see, in my opinion. I don't want to see massive differences, but this is a really good thing. Let's do cameras. 3, 2, 1. And roughly around the same thing. Definitely the iPhone 7 has actually been faster more times than not, in my opinion. Home, 3, 2, 1. I still think faster on the iPhone 7. Let's do news, 3, 2, 1. And it does look like I think the iPhone 7 a little bit faster. Not, again, a big, ginormous difference, but just a little bit. Hopping out of this one, we have these third-party apps as always, so let's get into it. And it does look like on my iPhone 6s, I just always forget to download those specific apps. But let's go ahead and get into all these other apps that are here. Let's get into calculator, 3, 2, 1. And for some reason, the iPhone 7 did look like it glitched up just a little bit. Definitely not that big of a deal. Let's get into calendar, 3, 2, 1. And I think the iPhone 7 definitely was faster there again. Hopping out of this one, let's get into clock, 3, 2, 1. And roughly around the same thing here too. Hopping out of this specific app, let's get into something like FaceTime, 3, 2, 1. And roughly around the same thing, really not that big of a difference here. Hopping out of this app, let's get into their Files app, 3, 2, 1. And you can see, again, even for this type of application, it was faster on the iPhone 7 on iOS 15 than on the iPhone 6s on iOS 15. And you can see even in the scrolling animations, it does seem like it's faster overall on the iPhone 7 than the iPhone 6s. Let's get into their Health app, 3, 2, 1. Faster again on the iPhone 7 as far as I can tell. Hopping out of this one, let's go to the iTunes Store, 3, 2, 1. Again, faster on the iPhone 7 for sure. Hopping out of this one, let's get into Mail, 3, 2, 1. About the same thing, not that big of a difference here. Hopping out of this one, let's get into Messages, 3, 2, 1. And again, I think faster on the iPhone 7 a little bit. And this is really good. I love seeing a consistent fast phone when it's the latest and greatest of a manufacturer. Photos, 3, 2, 1. This is an extremely important thing to kind of, take a look at, because you don't want to get a phone and have it extremely outdated from one version to the other. And luckily between these two, there really doesn't seem to be the case there. One thing I want to showcase is the loading speeds in terms of a web page. So if I go ahead and, for example, just go here, if I go ahead and swipe out of Safari and go ahead and get into a new tab, so I'll just swipe out of, and another thing, like in terms of even opening up a tab, look at how much smoothness, I guess, is actually for both. They both look pretty good, but I think the iPhone 7 is a little bit more smoother, as you guys can tell. If I kind of go between tabs, if I go and click here, now let me go ahead and just kind of hop out of all these tabs. Now let's go and just click on Apple at the same time, 3, 2, 1. And the iPhone 6s actually faster there. iPhone 7 a little bit slower. Scrolling speeds here, definitely I think they're about the same, to be honest. Now let's go back in the beginning and load up the first app. Let's do both of them. So far so good. They both have the same amount of RAM. So theoretically this should be pretty much the same thing, to be honest. Let's go back in the beginning again. And these actually did a pretty decent job of keeping the apps in the background. That's actually pretty surprising to me. Let's get into the App Store, or whatever this one is, 3, 2. So the 6s didn't reload. The iPhone 7 also didn't reload. Let's go back in the beginning. Let's load up one more app. So let's get into their camera. Let's get into the one next to the camera. And both were able to keep that in the background as well. So I think when it came down to it, for sure, both of them surprised me. I thought the iPhone 6s would have probably been a little bit more different. I thought it was going to probably be much more slower, but that wasn't the case. The iPhone 7 was faster overall, but the 6s did a really good job at handling the performance and pretty much doing what it was told. So neither one of these is like crazy surprising to me, but I'm glad these things are pretty stable in my opinion. So that's essentially pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.